Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. We're going to talk about the new Riftwatcher airdrop card, Immolation. Fire, legendary, amazing Riftwatcher card. Another example of how Riftwatchers is an exceptional pack, and the value proposition for those cards is getting better and better and better with the new airdrops, but then with the card pack deletions. So yes, this card's great. We're going to get into the stats. We're going to get into my opinions on it, how I see it synergizing with some of the Fire team, and how I imagine it'll be used for just like really significant success. This looks like a great card. Before we do that though, my name is Dwayne Cunningham. I go by Infidel1258. You can just call me 12. Leave comments or questions underneath the comment section and I will regularly review them. And if I let them turn into their own video, I will try to say thank you by sending you a little something. So leave your IGN. So you've already seen the stats, you've already seen the release, but I only saw it literally 5 minutes ago. It's the October 3rd at this time, and this came out 15 hours ago. So I'm just seeing it for the first time now. And I'm not going to bother reading all of this, but I will say for anybody who hasn't known this yet, 275 packs purchased will qualify you for one airdrop, guaranteed airdrop. But you have a chance of getting an airdrop if you only bought one pack. And then you have a 4% chance of getting a gold foil. Dude, if you get a gold foil, that is going to be a big ticket. I mean, it always is, right? Like the gold foil is just such an upgrade financially, and then usually there's such a limited supply when these things first launch that there's usually opportunity to liquidate and make some serious profit and then buy back later. Usually that's what happens. Let's have a peek now right now of the Riftwatcher legendary, the recent C-Rec. Wow. I'm pretty sure this was selling for $7 on the opening day, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that. And we could look that up on Splinter cards because you can track prices over there, but I'm not going to bother. But how much is the gold foil C-Rec? Gold foil C-Rec, 120 bucks. I do not know what this was on day one, but I'm saying this is a fun price tag. If you get one of these, 4% chance to drop, 275 packs get you a for sure copy, and then a 4% chance is interesting. So let's get into the stats. If you haven't seen it already, there it is. Huge magic damage output, 4 across the board at every level. Amazing bronze card. One of the cards, I heard people being critical of the C-Rec and saying it kind of doesn't have the strongest performance at the lower levels. You know, Bloodlust and Return Fire, but it's just so slow. And first of, you know, I don't agree with that sort of theory or whatnot, but it's interesting to say this is probably weaker at the lower levels. As you get in here with the heal at gold and the amplify at diamond, this card becomes far, far better. Now, when I pop back over to Immolation, of course, these other abilities make it better and better and better at the higher levels. Scavenge is a gigantic ability. With this number of hit points and with the positioning that you can leave a magic monster in, this is a very powerful ability. So, is it great at lowest level? Yeah, there are, I don't know if there is another modern card with 4 magic damage at level 1. I don't think there is. I don't think there's any. Let's quickly have a look. Modern magic. And some of these are possible. Like, let's see, Jin Apprentice. No, you're going to be at level 3 with the silver sort of range. Slip Spawn, no. What are some options here that could possibly in that silver even? Cabalist? Nope. Nerissa Tridon. So you're gonna have 3 in the silver range. In that gold range, you start getting into the 4, which is interesting. Like, of course, Tridon's interesting, but Tridon doesn't have any of those other abilities. Yeah, so I mean, this is a massive damage dealer, and it is almost in a class of its own. You got the Chaos Dragon. No, Chaos Dragon has 4 only at the highest level. So there really is a unique space for the Immolation in terms of its magic damage output. Yes, it's 12 mana, but in the silver all the way up to diamond, the rule sets often allow for more and more mana. So it's not a big problem from silver onward. From bronze, in that bronze league, sure, that's not going to go a long way. You're going to have, a lot of times you're going to have this card and, you know, a little meat shield in front. But I'm still saying that's a decent speed with a huge damage output and an, you know, even a fairly substantive hit point base. So I think this is a winner in the Bronze League. I think it's playable at level 1. I think it's going to make a meaningful impact to the Fire team. It's going to continue to push Fire closer and closer to sort of a Magic strength and ability, which has been, I think, evolving for a while. And level 2 with the Scavenge is gigantic, because I really believe you're going to go from 9 to 18 hit points often. Like, I mean, it's very common in a 6 versus 6 matchup. If you put this card in the 5th spot, maybe the 6th spot of your team, it's going to be the last monster standing, or among the last monster standing. You're going to see, you know, 5, 6, 8 scavenges happen before you get affected. And so huge hit point pool, which means interesting partnership with Kitty. Now, I know not everybody has Kitty, but again, if you get a tank heal from your summoner, or if you got tank heals even from your 6th spot, and this is in the 5th, you could really see enjoyment of that, because every 3 hit points is another healable. And so if you get up to the 18, you're talking 6 heals per turn because of, and I think that's truly possible with Scavenge. And then as you, with the shield too, right? It's like, it's bigger than you think, because that's more resilience. The damage incoming, the archery, and the melee damage incoming is cut in half, rounding up. And so, is it rounding up? 3? Yeah, rounding up. And Inspire, of course, amazing. So what I'm feeling is playable at Bronze, excellent at Silver. It gets substantially upgraded in Gold, but I'm saying the best tiers for this are probably Silver and Diamond, and I like it at every league level. I'm just saying that it probably has the most impact for its mana cost, for its kit, at that sort of Silver or Diamond threshold. Gold is going to be amazing too. That Inspire is powerful. I just think to myself, the Inspire is less of a direct impact, because imagine if you're putting forward a magic monster in the back lines, are you not going to be focusing on, let's say, magic or archery? I would. And so then where does the Inspire, like, does that make a lot of sense? And maybe not. So certainly sometimes it will. You're going to want a main tank up front. Maybe you got your Grum, or you got your, what's that other one? I think it's called the Immortal, the 9 mana, the one with the immunity. So definitely, you're never going to hate the Inspire being there, but the shield with the Scavenge fits so well together in terms of resilience. The Blast, of course, is crazy powerful. That's a huge upgrade on your damage output, and especially in the snipes scenarios, right? Because you get into the scenarios where you're dropping a 4-bomb with a Blast. Massive, massive, massive. And so Inspire is great, but it just isn't. It isn't as powerful as those other abilities. So I love this card. I think it's amazing. I think you're going to really enjoy it, even at the Bronze League level. I personally I'm definitely going to get a max copy of all of these cards. They're too good. Rift Watchers, like I said at the outset of this video, Rift Watchers is an exceptional set. Exceptional. Especially, let's talk for a couple minutes about how the reducing supply is important. As we know, we are deleting Rift Watchers packs as we go along here. And that's really important, because it's potentially possible that we're going to delete half of the total supply, and we're just cruising. We're cruising. There's still time before the 2 million pack, before Immolation will be dropped. Therefore, there's time to still get the 275 packs. But man, I really think that these cards are exceptional, better than Chaos, better than. Oh, I'm not going to say better than Untamed, but some of these cards are absolutely in that caliber. And then, because of there was 3 million packs, but we're going to burn at least 1 million, maybe 1.5 million of them. It's just as rare as Untamed by the end of this, I think. And so, again, amazing card. I think I'm definitely going to be seeking a full set of it, especially now that I've been moving into Modern. I'm personally fighting in Modern, and as a result, I need to have, you know, I want to build that Modern deck. I want to build that future-proof Modern deck, and Rift Watchers is part of that. So amazing card, love it. Now quickly, let's just take a couple minutes and talk about how I might be playing this, and sort of what synergies might be best. With the Fire team, I'm loving the magic damage available with the Fire team especially. And with a card like this, I'm thinking, yes, it could be a frontline tank because of its shield, because of the Scavenge, because of the starting hit points, but I don't think that's optimal. So I'm thinking, you know, 4th, 5th spot in a big mana match, or in like a 30 or 40 mana match, I'm putting it in probably the 2nd or 3rd spot. And then you start getting some cheap main tanks or off tanks in the front line. Let's go look at peak monsters here for the fire team matchups. Fire, neutral, dragon, and then we go over with the regular only. And then let's just have a peek at, I'm going to move away from that. From a tank perspective, I probably lead. I really love playing, and rule sets matter, everything, right? But I really, really like Legionnaire or Grum because of the Void Armor. I find them so resilient. Plus, there's repairs on the team. Now, I know every league level is different, but even playing in Silver, you can bring out the Flame Monkey for a repair with a 1 mana on this team. And so it lends well because these are high mana monsters. The Legionnaire is kind of really nice when you need to spare a little bit of extra mana. 9 is still huge, but it's got like Void Armor, Giant Killer in that silver range. I love this card. So I'm thinking something like that, and I'm thinking build it out with magic damage. That's my tank with a Flame Monkey for repair support. That's like a 1/2 maybe, and then you're putting in some magic damage output. And I would probably focus fire on magic rather than go magic and archery. And if I was just going red and not sort of dragon, then Techno Wizologist with the stun at the lowest level is amazing. I've been playing a lot of Efreet Elder, but again, I'm starting to feel quite high in the mana cap. Let's say we want to go a little frugal from there. Maybe you want to bring Dr. Blight, of course. That's the team. But I mean, any combination of these guys. And if you bring out, there he is, Conqueror Yasik. Bring out the Yasik, and then suddenly it transforms what the fire is capable of, because some of their magic monsters are just crazy quick, including Jin Inferni, who 3 bombs out the gate, but then getting in here into the 5s. This thing is so nasty, especially with that Giant Killer, especially with the stun. What a crazy card. 7 mana. I really like Jin Apprentice. It doesn't have the same abilities, but huge damage output, especially for the 5 mana cost. A little bit slower. Techno Wizologist, like I said, really great with the stun, the Fury, the Camouflage. I love this team. There's so much damage availability from the magic alone. I have all these cards on the page, including the Caledon. Amazing magic team has come to the fire squad in the recent, ever since probably Chaos Legion, we started seeing that transition. So I'm loving the fire team, and I see a lot of sort of opportunity for a card like this new release, or soon to be new release. I'm thinking it's awesome. If the C-Rec is selling for $17 on a regular foil, I'm saying, these are very different cards from C-Rec, but I still think, is this financially better? Does this have more use than a C-Rec? Yes. Oh, that's tough. They're so different. I'd say this is in that same price range. You know what I mean? This is in the same price range. It's going to be $15 to $20 per BCX for a regular foil. It's going to be $100 to $150 per gold foil. And if I got a gold foil, 1 gold foil, I would sell it, and I would buy, 6 copies of the regular foil so that I could get, a higher level of usefulness. Because I would prefer to have, rather than 1 amazing sort of collectible card, I'd rather have 1 functional card if possible. That'd be my play. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I love it. I'm saying, like, out of 5, I'd give this card like a 4.5. Like, it's exceptional, especially as you start to recognize that Modern is evolving, and some of the big beasts, the big magic monsters, are slipping away, and even some of the big, like, meat shields are slipping away. And so here's a new one. Here's a fresh one in both those aspects. It just fits in a lot of ways. So I like it a lot. I'm saying it's very, very strong. And one more example why Rift Watchers is extremely collectible, because of the quality content within, and also because of the scarce supply of the total number of packs after the burnings. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing day. God bless.